So what we are doing started yesterday is comparison. This is your basis of comparison of alternatives. So basis of comparison of alternatives. Alternatives means projects, different projects whose cash flows estimated are given to you. Based on their inflows and outflows, you will find whether they can be accepted or not. Here we are going to use the maximum profit or minimum cost criteria, and what you are equalizing is their time basis. You are making their time basis equal so as to evaluate them. I said because the timing of the flow will be different. Some return may flow over years, whereas initial investment you are doing in the 0th year, maintenance may be in other years. Similarly, returns is spread over different years, your salvage value in the last year. So different inflows and outflows. How you are going to merge them and calculate the profit, losses, cost and so on. This is what we are going to do here. And when I talked about time basis, yesterday I said you have three options. Either you can use your 0th year, future year, or annually you can compare. So if you are using 0th year, then it is known as the present worth criteria. Go on writing with me from here. So the criteria you use is present worth criteria, whose base year will be 0th year, and we know we have two formulas for that. Your second formula and your fifth formula gives you the P value. So when you are converting into P, you have two options. One is you use your second formula if it is a single amount you are converting. If it is a series, you can use, series means your annual value. It should be same over the year, then you can use your fifth formula. You can compare everything by using the future one. That means here your variable is P, remember. Or you can use the future worth criteria, where your base year is nth year, your value is F, and you have two choice for that. F given P, I for N, and you have your F given A, I for N. Your first formula and your third formula gives you the F value. And if I talk of the third time comparison, it is your annual equivalent criteria. So it is your annual equivalent criteria. Where your variable is A, which is equal and repeating every interest period, and you have two choice for that, which is your A given P, I for N if you are converting a P value, and you have your A given F, I for N if you are converting a future value. So depending upon those, remember our variables remain same, P, F and A, same variables throughout the unit. You're converting everything to 0th year, future year or annually, every interest period comparison you are making. So based on this three time base, you have three criteria, which is your present worth criteria, future worth criteria, and annual equivalent criteria. Have you all written this? Have you written?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let us solve some question using this. I'm doing this. I'm sending the question to your WhatsApp. Open question number 1 first. Did you get question number 1? Did you find question number 1?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So before we start, let me tell you, suppose you are calculating revenue is there. Revenue means, let me write return, and cost is there. Your details about return is there. Suppose you have a project where you have your details about return and cost. So where you will take a positive sign, where you will take a negative sign. For return, what should be your sign, positive or negative? And for cost, what should be the sign? For example, suppose you have a return of 1 lakh and you have invested say 70,000 in this project. You are going to calculate the profit. What you will take? Where negative, where positive?
Ma'am, return will be positive and cost will be negative.
Yes. So what is your approach? Return minus cost. This is what we do. If it is a revenue denominated question. This I didn't tell you with slide because you will only be confused. So if it is a return denominated question, that means if you have in a project there is return details means obviously you will take return with positive, and any cost which is there, these are outflows because these are your incomings and these are your outgoing. So you will take it with negative sign. But suppose you have a question which is cost denominated. Cost denominated questions like, for example, you have any tender quotation, or you have a question where only cost details for a project is given, no return. No return means in that case, if you take cost with, suppose cost is there, major. So if you take cost with negative, then you'll have negative answer. So if it is a cost denominated question, you take cost with positive sign. And if any minor return details is there, you can take it with negative sign, so that your answer always remains positive. If you do the reverse, suppose here mistakenly you have done R with negative and C with positive, then you will get the same answer. But problem is you will get profit with a negative sign, which is your absurd concept. Okay, so let us do the first question so you can know the implication of this also. So you have a project where you have 3 technologies. You have to choose from 1, 2, and 3. The initial cost is given, details about the initial investment the company has to make. This is your 12 lakh, then 20 lakh, and then this is your 18 lakh. And then the estimated annual return is given. Because remember, when you are doing project evaluation, it means that you have still not invested. Because if you have invested, no need to evaluate. So you do all this evaluation before you actually invest in a project which is profitable, there you go for. So this is your annual return, and the time, sorry, this is 5 lakh. This is your 4, 6, and 5 lakh. And this is your year. For how many years you have your investment? This is 10 years each. Okay, so let us find what he has given, which method to follow. What is the method? What is given in the question? Which method you have to follow? Which criteria? Evaluate it by
present worth.
Present worth criteria. So if I'm using present worth criteria, then what is my variable? I'll convert everything to which variable? Your variable remains same, P, A, and F.
P.
You will convert everything to P value. So I'm calculating present worth criteria of say technology 1. Let me calculate whether this technology 1, how much profit he is getting. Only thing we have to remember is we have to make the timings equal. So you can see your initial cost is one timing, annual return is another timing. Initial cost, which is your investment. What is the time base? Which variable is this? Initial cost. So which variable is this? First you have to identify the variable. What is given to what you have to convert. 12 lakh is which variable out of these three? Initial cost. Initial cost is which variable? P, A or F?
P.
Is your P because it is in the 0th year. So it is P. So when you are using present worth criteria, you need not convert 12 lakh. What is your annual return? Which variable is this? Annual return is which variable? Fast, you're just identifying the variable. Annual return is which variable?
A.
Is your A variable. You have to convert it to, if you are using present worth criteria, you have to convert it to
P.
P. Which formula will you use from 1 to 7? Which formula will you use to convert your annual to present?
Fifth formula.
Your fifth formula. Now tell me about the sign. What will be the sign for initial cost? And what will be the sign for return? Cost, what will be the sign? If a project has, this is the return, this is the cost. We just did return, what sign you will take? Cost, what sign you will take?
Return will be positive, cost will be negative.
Very good. So this is your 12 lakh, which is already P. So you need not convert because this is already your P variable. Plus 4 lakh is your return, which is your A variable. You have to convert it to P using your fifth formula. I for 10 years. Done. This is all that you have to do. You have calculated the profit because you have done return minus cost. You did R minus C. So I've just written minus C plus R. I've written in this format. So what you have done R minus C, keeping the timings equal. You have brought them everything to the 0th year for comparison. Now tell me what is the answer. Anybody who has not understood, expect almost 2-3 questions in your mid sem and more than that in your end sem. Very important part for you. Anybody who has not understood, here you are comparing different projects whose estimated inflows and outflows are given. When you are using time bases for comparison, you have to bring them to a common time platform. Either you can use 0th year, nth year, or annually you can compare. Here when you are using present worth, you convert everything to P. So when you are given the different cash flow, you first identify what variable is that. For example, initial cost timing is 0th year, so it's already P. We need not convert if you are using present worth. Your annual is your A, we have to convert it to P then. Then your formula becomes P given A. What is your answer? What is the answer for this? Same way you will calculate for 2 and 3. I'm waiting for your answer.